Good day, my friends, and welcome to chapter 11 of my Krastorio playthrough. So, before I begin with today's episode, I want to ask you guys if there are any other mod packs or series with related to Factorio you would like to see from my side. So, I'm eager to do more content, but I would be really interested in what are you guys interested in. So, drop a comment below and help me create new, interesting content for you. So, enough of that, let's keep going. So, as I promised to you last episode, I expanded the belt array here a little bit. It's not done yet. I need to build other things like balancers later on, but we're right now on a really small scale operation, and it's not worth the effort yet. Later on we'll need that, but not now. Secondly, I did some thinking about this place. I wanted to have this intermediate production facility, and it felt pretty useless in the way I had it in the episodes before, and guess what? It actually was pretty useless, just like this. So I redesigned it in a meaningful way. So I came to the conclusion that this place, and well, let's see how far it'll expand later on, is dedicated to things which are used, intermediate products which are used in other things, but they need to have two things, either a high crafting time or a high complexity. So things like gear wheels or copper cables, they don't have high complexity nor crafting time. Most of the time it's way easier to construct these things as needed on site rather to mass produce them in advance. Most of the time I didn't feel like it was a really good thing. So I've came across those iron beams because they have 2 seconds of crafting time. Same goes for the steel beams. So these are items I think, yeah, they are really worth it to mass produce them in advance, especially because of the time requirement in there. So I figured we're gonna do beams, and the other thing I wanted to mass produce in advance were inserter parts. Inserter parts are done in 1 second. That's at least some kind of speed difference there, but also they need 4 items in pre-construction. And the interesting thing about the inserter parts is they're basically just iron plates, 2 iron sticks, 2 iron gear wheels. It's all iron plates. So I figured this cluster. Oh, I need to power it up. Those it's a little bit hard to see. Okay, so I came across with this design, which is pretty decent as far as I've came across. So as you can see, it's balanced out. It feeds the thingies quite nicely, the assembler machines. The only thing which we have here is you can't use basic inserters for this. You need at least fast inserters, and well, we look at that. Okay, just checking. Yeah, so ideally you'll need something like this. I prepared the design and wanted to finish it with you, so that should be. So the explanations were a little bit more on point. And there we go. Power poles were not cooperating, but most of the time, if I don't try hard, these power poles tend to end up in the jungle with me. So last but not least, I don't think that I'll need some quicker output for that. We're having this. So this is a reproducible cluster, and this is reproducible. So basically, I would do something like this for iron bars as needed, and we can proceed with the steel bars as well, and with the assembly parts as well. So basically I'm right now at the point of preparations where I wanted to be before I started the well, furniture shop, as I like to call it, because I need all those basic parts before I can start building a facility that mass produces assembling machines and mining drills. I don't want to produce most of that stuff on site. Those iron gear wheels on the mining drills are horrible enough. We're gonna see how we're gonna deal with that. So I'm gonna double that real quick because I feel like we're gonna need it. So I'm gonna have this kind of workload. 2 units of inserter parts per second should be okay for the moment, and we're gonna lead that outwards. There we go. Some very nice person pointed out that I could use loaders for my greenhouses to output the wood from there, and I'm gonna be reworking this pretty soon, but not for this episode. But thanks for that idea. It really made a lot of sense to me, and I like it. So actually, I'm really grateful for all the input you guys are providing. It's quite awesome to see all this helpful stuff coming in. It really motivates me to keep going. Thanks for that, guys. Really appreciate it. So I'm gonna lead a few of those inserter parts along there. Oh, look how crammed everything is starting to get. I love it. No, seriously. This means the factory is growing. Chaos means growth. Well, clutter means growth, I mean, basically. I never managed to do a factory that was orderly to begin with. I always need to input the orderly designs later on. I never deal to do that off scratch. I admire people who can pull that off. Okay, so there we are. Let's see how much iron plates does this thing eat. Not inserters. We need 6 iron plates per second. Whoa. This stuff, well, only 2 per second. These are quite cost efficient, but well, the output's only 1 of them per second. Probably won't want to expand that one already. I don't need steel beams yet in a larger manner, so yeah, I guess I'm gonna expand that right now. Those loaders are complete overkill, actually. I like them so much, but they're not really efficient here. This setup doesn't need loaders because these machines produce so slowly. I just placed them because I found out about them and I found them quite cool. So please don't judge about me thinking loaders are pretty cool. Alright. There we go. But this time I'm gonna output the rest of these buddies on belts. I just paused because I was wondering if this is actually beneficial for this belt, or if I should actually intertwine it, like get one belt from this side and one belt from that side and then change. But I don't think it really means much. I think what matters is that I drop in a mixer here. That's what matters. So this thing fills up this side of the belt if there are holes. I think that's gonna be all I need. Okay, that's that, friends. We're now at a production rate of 2 of these thingies per second, so I can now produce 2 units of inserter parts per second. Yeah, should be okay. I don't want to have a insane production of these things for now. Maybe I will need later, but well, for sure I will need later. But for in a weird manner, this place I'm building right now is yet another starter base. I feel like the game has these phases, and the next phase has not yet begun where I need such stupendous amounts of everything. I mean, it feels like I already need stupendous amounts of everything, but oh, we're just beginning. We're just getting started here for the big feast. Okay, so I'm gonna pull these materials through, and doing the same over here. But today we're gonna take a big step forward. Like, today I will be able to conveniently loot items out of chests which were handcrafted before in a very, very tedious manner. Like these belts. Okay. It was my own fault that I dismantled my starter base, or that part of the starter base that early. And I could have already rebuilt some place where I do belts. But I'm really looking forward to it. Because once I'm done with that, I can think about properly expanding towards this, across this map, and doing more science and everything. I'm really looking forward to the parts of Krastorio that I don't know yet. Like the new materials that are featured in the mod. They really, really made me curious. I want to know what Immersite can do. All these things. Okay. So I'm starting to expand this belt array towards the cliffy area. Luckily I can dismantle all of this at some point when we can blast these cliffs, but I don't know how long this will take. So, for now these cliffs are gonna stay. And they will pose quite a challenge while building here. Alrighty. Oops. That was not intended. Alright. So, let's check it out. I have my military stuff over here, and I really want to let this area a little bit of space to grow, and I'm gonna be starting to settle over here, and I'm gonna expand so I'm gonna start here, and I'm gonna expand towards this later when I can destroy those cliffs, because it's, I don't know, this feels too whack-doodle to build around that. Okay. So, some more handcrafted belts for me. But not too many more. This sure looks quite interesting. Okay. Already thought as much. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna funnel these over the cliff, and then I'm done for this. I'm still carrying the coal along because I don't know if I'm gonna need it later. But I didn't see any good reason to suspend the coal line for now. Even if it's just fuel later on, we're gonna see. And I'm out of belts. Okay, we're almost there. While I'm handcrafting all this stuff, I will go back to my smelters. It's a long way, I know. And grab up some bricks, because I feel like I really want to have some bricks. Oops. Didn't notice those cliffs. And also I want to walk over a few iron plates, because I started to devastate my resources again. I'm having so much copper cables. Forgot to turn off a chest back there, and I have a big spill of copper cables, so let's get rid of a few of those. Okay. Maybe I'll come across later there and be like, oh man, great, copper cables. Maybe I'll never care about them. So I'm gonna pick up some bricks, filling my inventory with them. I like this little chest there. It's pretty useful to have that. And I can't craft anymore because my inventory is full. But we're gonna change that in a sec, when I'm laying down some bricks. And I guess we are pretty soon able to build a car, I hope, because I really hate all walking. I'm a big fan of cars. They give me that crappy racing feeling I love from the good old SNES days. Okay. So for now, I'm gonna build it like this. There we go. Let's expand it a little and toss tons of bricks. There we go. Wonderful. I didn't expect to have so many. So I'm still. Whoa. Okay. Give me a sec. I have some brick business to do. Oh well, there was a military facility that wasn't properly bricked. There we go. And since I'm still having so many of them left, I have some pretty useful idea in mind. It's pretty good to have that, believe me. And sooner or later I want to have the main supply lines bricked, because it's just way faster to walk on these tiles. Okay, so well, I'm gonna transform the rest of those into walls. It's always nice to have some walls in the pocket. Okay, now then, I am armed with belts and basic materials. Pretty much everything I need is up here. I also have coffee, so what can possibly go wrong? If this would be RimWorld, I would say everything can go wrong, but luckily Factorio ain't RimWorld. But one thing I am sure noticing here is there is trouble up ahead, and I want to get rid of it. So we're gonna drop down these fellas. So let's slowly get a little bit closer. Whoopsie. I'm not supposed to put all my mags into the turrets. So this is what I wanted to do. Ah, wonderful. I like it when plans work out like this. When a plan is working out like this, I wanted to say, sorry. Okay. Just wanted to get rid of that biter nest real close by. Didn't feel comfy with it. Okay. I was pretty sure they would devastate my party. And I need to produce grenades back there at the military facility. I keep forgetting them. I keep forgetting those grenades. Gonna be going like this, and I'm gonna be going like that. So standard procedures are on the way. Oh, I guess I'll need some underground belts. There we go. Because we are just starting here. I need a splitter on this. Because automation cores, I basically built this facility. I basically built the automation core facility for this place. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, and now to the electronic circuits. Let's expand this place a little bit. Produce some more belts by handcrafting. Munch some more iron plates because they're that tasty when you're a space engineer. And I want to fold this up here. Okay. Let's see if I measured correctly. Oh, I didn't. No, that's not smart. I need to go one tile further. So we're gonna go here. No, you silly thing. There we go. Oh, this is a problem I didn't foresee. Okay. So I never tried to make him this compact before, but obviously I shouldn't funnel this belt into the splitter unless I want to meld the iron plates and the electronic circuit boards together. So there we are. These are the basics we're gonna work with from this side, and we're gonna check it out now. So I need inserter parts, iron sticks, we're gonna produce those on site, automation cores, electronic circuits. So I'm gonna definitely need the inserter parts from this side of the map. So I'm gonna bring one input lane down here. Oh well, maybe not like this, maybe more like this. But then again, I'm figuring I might as well do it completely differently and get right over there. Oh well, no need to waste an unnecessary amount of belts, you know. That's just what I was thinking there. Okay, so we're gonna make something similar here happen. Only we need to do something like this. And we need it like that here as well. It's a little bit of an overkill, but I don't mind. There's no kill like overkill, friends, never forget. And there we go. So, if needed, I can funnel steel plates, steel beams through this here as well. Okay, so now I have access to pretty much everything my heart can desire. Let's check the clock. We're still having a lot of time. Okay. So let's talk business. I need belts and I need production facilities. So usually I would go for 2 facilities, one for logistics, one for production. Well, we might as well do that because I have the space here, and we might as well say one direction goes for production, one direction goes for logistics. Let's do it like this because it sounds pretty solid to me. Okay, I'm gonna start with logistics because I'm feeling like it. I want to stop building these, and let's check. So we're wanting 3 things for now. I want belts, underground belts, and splitters. So let's check these out. How would these come together? So one production facility of underground belts needs more output than one underground belt production facility can handle. Okay, so if we check out this, we're overproducing by a lot. Sucks, but I can't change it. So as a matter of fact, I'm gonna stick with this solution here under these circumstances, because for now it's okay. So let's check what needs these, muchacho. Oh, look at that. Maybe I might reconsider. This guy needs transport belts as well. So maybe, only maybe, we're gonna find a balance between these machines where we're at a fine spot. I don't think so, though. So, well, no matter how I put it, we're gonna be either producing not enough belts or too many belts. So, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna go for a little bit too few belts, because it's okay. I don't need this to produce under high pressure and super high volumes. We don't need that. Okay, so this will mean the belts are the direct production we need, and the other thing are the indirect production we need. Oh, look at the loaders. Maybe these loaders are the missing link here. So I'm gonna drop down another facility designated for the production of loaders. So, oh well. Doesn't really get better. But, well. I think we're gonna do something around this all. Okay. But all of these production chains begin with the transport belt, so we're gonna do a little transport belt production for now. For this we need only iron plates, which is a good thing. Okay, so let's check out how many how is the iron gear wheel production in comparison to the belt production. I really like that max rate calculator tool. It's so useful. Okay, as we can see, one of these feeds one of those. Perfect. Okay, so we need iron plates and iron gear wheels, so that means the basic production for this facility should look like something like well, this, I'd say. I'm gonna try if it works as I want it to work. Duplicating these, and oh well, the cliff should not stop me too hard here. And let's check the inserters. Oh dear, we need strong inserters for this, strong inserters for that, so we're gonna work with blue inserters only, because everything else would be not enough. And the procedure will be something like that. We're gonna have wait a sec. Okay, so there, wait a sec, not the iron gear wheels. Okay, I'm gonna output this downwards though, because we want those belts in the facility. Okay, Sorry for those pauses. Sometimes I need to think for a moment. Okay. There we go. Oh dear. The zigzag poles. Alright, so why? Oh, we're out of power again, so what's happening here? Did I finally manage to overpower my grid? No, it's not working at all. What's wrong? We're out of wood again. How come? Not enough production, eh? Oh, dang it. So, looks like I need to go for more greenhouses then. One thing that really is a little bit of a hassle here with the wood-powered generator, with the wood-powered energy production is you really need a lot of them. So, well, looks like I'm getting to use some loaders for my new greenhouses. Ha! Who would have thought? I also want to whip out the crusher and do a little bit more sand, because obviously I'm not having enough. There's the crusher. Oh, never mind. I'm having greenhouses pre-produced from the last time. Nice. I sadly can't move that shelter anymore because my inventory is too full. But oh well. First world problems. So I will now not drop greenhouses here because I need some space to output safely. So let's go for something like this. Alright. Ah, this should be cool. Maybe not that one. There we go. So, next step, we need water. There we go, water. And more power poles. Oh, I'm running out of wood. Ha! Isn't it ironic? Okay. Alright. So let's power these buddies up. Okay. And I will now unleash the power of the loaders. I hope that they will do some work for me. Let's copy the production here. There we go. This should up my wood production a little. Wait a sec. Well, let's merge them here. Doesn't matter too much. I'm gonna join them from here. There we go. So, let's hope this will work out. I'm gonna toss in some coals in here so we can start producing power again. There we go. Okay, I need way more power by now than I produce. Like, we're not sufficiently producing power anymore. My grid is permanently wow. Okay. Okay. We're having a severe lack of power here. Oh well, just when I wanted to build something else. So I'm sorry, friends, but this can't wait. Actually, I'm gonna build those boilers and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But we're gonna be done quite quickly. The only real problem that I see is I guess I will need to whip out the crusher now, because I can't imagine that these greenhouses are already enough. And even if they are enough, there's no reason not to build even more of them. So I don't have to worry about it anymore. So we need rocks, and a lot of them. Wait a sec. Why, oh well. That one time when I need rocks, I plundered the bricks too hard. Oh my. Oh well, I'm still having a lot of sand in my inventory. This'll work. Okay. So, behold the crusher. I'm gonna toss some stones into the crusher. And then I'm gonna produce some more, oh well, I'm not gonna need that many. And then I'm gonna produce some more sand. So there we go. Burning material, yeah, sure. Is there any wood here? Oh look, we're actually having enough wood again. So I'm gonna pick up some wood here from the production line. There we go. I'll need a little bit more sand for the greenhousing. And wood, of course. Oh, okay. This is going to be a pretty painful, slow process. So tell you what, I will set up the process here, and I'm gonna build the logistics area of the warehouse. And then I'm gonna finish that off camera here. How about that? Because expanding this array is not particularly interesting or exciting. It's just more of what we're having here. Well, as cool as the loaders might look, this is basically the same thing like I did over here. It's overkill. It's cool looking overkill, and I appreciate it. Okay. Okay. Need to produce hand grenades, but not now. But what I want now is a little bit of this. Can't have too much red ammo. Okay. Oh well, so sadly I will have not enough power. Pretty hard to work with that and not to feel woozy about that. Okay. I can fix that later. Okay, I don't know if this is really necessary, but I feel like it is. So, next step. I need, for the belts, iron beams and, transport belts. So, the iron beams we have on this side. Okay. Probably I don't want it from, to come from here. Probably I want it to come from here. Alright. So yeah. And so I don't really want it like this. But I also would love to see things a little bit more like this. All right. I can achieve that down here. There we go. And then I can bring well, is this really a good thing to do? I don't think so. What I want to do is something different here. I want to change the direction of things here. It's the easier way to bring this. There we go. Because if I do it like this, I'll have a way easier opportunity to mix these iron beams into the belts, and that makes everything a lot easier. So there we have it. It's pretty it's not unusual for me to have so many redecisions, let's call it redecisions, about things like that. Okay, so I'm figuring that this will be the input lane for the assembling of these. Oh, in this scenario I appreciate the loader, because I think that makes everything quite easy. There we go. And I will output into a container this time. Alright. So, splitters are way more complicated than that. They also need transport belts, and a lot of them, but in a different way. We need iron gear, wheels, and automation cores for that. I have the automation cores available, so I would really like to see the production here. That's not really realistic, isn't it? So, how does one, how many of those? So this produces 1 per second, and this thing eats 2.5 per second. Whoa. Okay. So I'll need a complete dedicated factory for iron gear wheels just for one of those. Actually 2.5, but I'm not gonna buy that. So I will just go for a simple thing like this. We're gonna do some iron gear wheels over here. I'm gonna go for a loader here. And yeah, I already have an idea how we'll do this. So let's take these in with loader. And now we only need automation cores and belts. So, is this factory actually always outputting on the same side? It looks like it. It actually looks like it. Awesome. So, I'm having no problems with smuggling in those automation cores on that side of the belts. So, we're already set with this. And now only some transport belts will be needed, and I will do this like that. Because I already have filter inserters, it's gonna be the easiest way to do this. So, let's power it up. And the kind machine may output into this container right here. And also limit those damn outputs. That's always very, very important with these thingies. Okay. There we go. The basics are getting done here. So 10 iron gear wheels and 1 transport belt. That sounds absolutely disgusting as well. So I actually need more iron gear wheel production. Oh, that's okay. I'll just drop it over here on this side. So do these need automation cores as well? No, they don't. That's actually sad. Whatever. I'm gonna drop down production like this. And I will... Yeah, well, I gotta admit these loaders have a certain charm with their functionality here in general. So there we go. Oh, actually, that's not worth it. I was hoping I could trick the placing mechanisms here a little bit, but nope. Whatever. For this next facility, I want a fully loaded belt of iron gear wheels. And another like this. And we're gonna produce loaders in here, and we're gonna fill the loader factory with a loader. I like this idea. Okay. So, output into this direction. There we go, my friends. We are now having the basics of the logistic business done. I need to do facilities for the inserters as well, but well, we're right now already at the end of this episode's time frame. So well, I'm not done yet. I'm certainly not done yet. I will need more power, and there are always things to be done, my friends, but this is a start, right? I have now automated parts for my logistics network. We're gonna see to the inserters next time, so... Oh, I need steel plates for that. Whatever. Dear friends, thanks so much for your time and attention. Feel free to drop me some comments down below, or even a thumbs up or a subscription for my channel if you want to support me and my work. Everything of those would mean a lot to me, and well, if none of those, just let me thank you for watching these videos, and I hope you had enough fun to check the next episode as well. So, take care and goodbye.